Welcome to What the Heck is Mark Making? A cooking show where everything's made up and the recipes don't matter. The recipes are just like a pep talk for the Buffalo Sabres. The recipes are just like a lead for the Edmonton Oilers. The recipes are just like a 3-goal lead in Game 7 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It was 4-1. Boston! Darby Cakes are little short cakes, popular among pioneers in the US and Canada in the late early 1800s. Usually fried up in a frying pan, but today I think we're going to bake them in the oven. Anyone's out there in the reenacting community saying that cooking Darby Cakes in an oven is a sacrilege? Yeah, you're right. Remember, I'm a Leafs fan. Don't underestimate my ability to come up with random excuses for things on the fly. To start, we need 4 cups of white flour. Remember to clean as you go, so you don't go, oh my god, there's so many dishes. The next part calls for a cup of margarine and butter, so we'll just go ahead and drop that into the flour. We need 2 hands for this. Now this actually works better if the margarine and butter is cold. You could just use your hands and blend it in until it's about pea-sized crumbs. But since it's a very lazy rainy Sunday, we're just going to use soft and hope for the best. So we mixed it all up with our hands, we washed our hands and sanitized, COVID. And we've got our flour all mixed together into roughly pea-sized crumbs. And a half cup of milk. Since we're doing a half recipe, we need half an egg. There's 3 ways you can do this. 1, use an egg yolk. 2, scramble the egg and use half. Or 3, just use the whole darn egg because it's a Sunday morning, we're making Darby Cakes, and who cares? And we need a cup of sugar. We're going to put that. And be sure to get a little bit everywhere when you do this. It's very helpful to the process. And next we need some baking soda. So we got our industrial bag of baking soda again. And originally it called for something called pearlash or potassium carbonate. But we're going to use baking soda because I say we can. Put a teaspoon in there into the sugar. When we make these in the reenacting community, everyone kind of put their own touch into stuff. So the recipe I have called for currants, a cup. I don't like to put that many in there. Maybe like 1/4 of a cup in my taste. And I'm actually going to use a few dried cranberries, just a few, just for a little bit of hint of sweetness. And I'm going to use orange zest. I know it's actually clementine, but remember when I said the recipes don't matter? So I went and found some raisins and some dried apricots and I put them in there. I think they would have used whatever they had. So in the summer when the black caps blew, you can bet I'll be making some black cap Darby Cakes. Slop it on. I'll mix it up and make a tent. Remember, we're using dried ingredients. Wet ingredients go in there or there. Sugar and baking soda mixture. And mix it up. You can use your hands. Add your milk and egg mixture. Grab and mix it with a spoon or spatula or your hands, and just until it forms a dough. If you want, you can throw some cinnamon, some caraway, some nutmeg, some ginger, some allspice, and make this a real Christmassy Darby cake. Now you can let the dough rest a little bit in the fridge for half an hour to an hour. I'm not going to do that. Typically in the community we roll it out, cut it into circles, and then fry those circles. Circles are anywhere from a half an inch or so, thereabouts. Maybe a little bit thicker, doesn't really matter. But today I'm just going to roll them into balls, pat them down flat, and throw them in the oven on a greased cooking sheet. And then flip them once halfway through. Once we're done patting them down, we'll throw them in the oven at 350, 15-20 minutes. Don't those look beautiful? Oh, except for that one like split in half or something, but oh, it's not going to be as good as when you pan fry them, but let's try them. You know what that brings me back to? Owning land and killing Yankees. And there you have it. Darby Cakes. Huzzah!